Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. Today is a little bit of another different video. Today I'm going to be ranking every single Dallas Cowboys game of the year based on performance, and yeah, that's about it. Based on performance, I mean, it's not some of it is also based on some of it is also based off of entertainment, but most of it is based off performance, which is why I have this game at number 17. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. This might be the only team I'm doing for these type of rankings on that because the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan, so obviously I watched every single game of the year. I streamed every single game, so I know exactly how they did and all that. For some other teams, if you want me to do some other teams, just let me know. But I'm not gonna have that much knowledge about it. I'll watch all the highlights from that year, but if you want, like, let me know which team you want me to rank next for this season. But I don't know. For now, I'm just doing Cowboys because they were the only team I watched completely out throughout the year. So, yeah, their worst game of their season was the Lions versus Cowboys. They did not compete. They scored first. Yeah, they were up 3-0. They lost 47-9. That was the worst defensive and offensive game ever. Dak looked bad. Everything looked awful. This was the game where I just wanted to just end it all. Like, my goodness. It was just absolutely what an ass kicking this was. Lions, they came up strong. Holy crap, I did not think it would be that strong. 47-9. They did not allow a single touchdown. Let's move on. I forgot one of my live streams for this. Let's move on to the next game. Philadelphia at the Cowboys. What's it called? Yeah, Eagles at the Cowboys. This game, honestly, I mean, for the first half, Dallas seemed competitive. Like at halftime, I think it was like what 7-6. They looked pretty decent. The red zone, they really sucked at because they had a chance to at least get like what 2 touchdowns. They did not get any of those. They got 2 field goals instead, and they were down like only like a what I think by 1 point at halftime, and then they just got blown out. The whole second half was just the one of the worst things I've ever watched. It was disgusting, dude. Ugh, like at streaming this, I was just like disgusted about what I was saying. Cooper Rush at 45 yards. They brought Trey Lance in for a play. He threw an immediate pick. Yeah, that was terrible. I never want to see that again, but this is their second worst game. The third worst game, Monday Night Football, Texans Cowboys. Okay. Yeah, the Texans just won here. I mean, they like in the first half once again they looked competitive again, but once again they always fumbled the bag. They got blown out 34-10. They got blown out 34-10. They looked competitive again. Exactly the same as the Eagles, except they scored a touchdown here. That's why I ranked this one better. They scored a touchdown here, and they looked a little bit better at QB and all that, but Texans just destroyed them. Offense could not get going. The red zone was never good. Yikes! Was this one another terrible one? Texans won 34-10. In both of these games, the Cowboys have, on all three of the games I've ranked so far, the Cowboys have only gotten 1 touchdown. That was how bad they were this year. Now next up, Week 17. Cowboys at the Eagles once again. This time it's on Week 17. Cooper Rush already looked bad to start off the game. I mean, he threw a pick 6 on the opening drive. They got a touchdown. They had momentum. And once again, like usually, screwed it all up. They cannot even get a single, like another point at all. Like, once again, they started out competitively, and that was it for them. That was literally it. Just, you couldn't do anything there. I don't know. Yeah, obviously they were out of the playoffs. Obviously they weren't really trying as hard as they would have, but either way, that's still embarrassing, dude. He lost to Tanner McKee. Is that even his name? I don't even know the guy's name. Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee. No offense to them. I've never seen them in the NFL before, and they still beat the Cowboys 41-7. That was embarrassing. I don't know how I don't have this one ranked lower. In my opinion, actually, I don't know. Well, for this one, it was a whole quarter where they're competitive, but I don't know. And you know what? I have really no idea. Yeah, I really don't know. Moving on, the Cowboys at the Giants. Now, I know they won here. Now, I know the Cowboys won here. But this was one of the ugliest games I've ever watched in my life. The Giants had a close game with them. The Cowboys, they came off of 2 home losses. This game just was riddled with penalties, by the way. It was just so ugly. The Cowboys won. I know that. It was kind of decent at times, but at the same time, it was just, ugh. Like, that was just a weird game. This is their lowest ranked win. I mean, this game was just, I don't know what to say about this one either. It was just bad on both teams. I mean, the Giants, they sucked this year. really badly, but both of these teams they were playing about the same level here, which was not very good. And the Cowboys won, but battle of mid right here. Holy crap! Now moving on to week 2, Saints Cowboys. This game, the Saints literally just blew the crap out of them. This game, I have it ranked a little higher than a win because I feel like the Cowboys, they seemed competitive, but the only thing they were terrible in the red zone this year. They seemed competitive, but they just never reached the end zone. I think one time, it was the one touchdown they had in this game was not even in the red zone. There was CeeDee Lamb getting like a 70-yard touchdown and all that. And that was it. Every time they went in the red zone, every time they were near the red zone, they only got field goals out of it. They got 19 points. Actually, no, I think they got 12 out of field goals. They got a whole touchdown with CeeDee Lamb, and the defense was just absolutely terrible here. They allowed 44 to the Saints. The Saints, they started out 2-0 against really bad teams. They went 2-6, 2-7. They ended up 5-12 at the end of the year. That was embarrassing. Cowboys still ended up with a better record than the Saints as well. This was just a really, I think, in my opinion, the most embarrassing loss of the year. Not the worst game of the year, performance-wise, by Dallas. I think it's just the worst. Dak was in this too. The worst game, the worst loss, I think. This one really gutted me here because it was the freaking Saints. I knew that they were not going to be good after that game. And what I know, I was right. Moving on, Cowboys-Falcons. This game just had, wow, I don't know why that quality is trash. This game had no, I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys kept up with Atlanta. Just Atlanta was just the better team that day. And they just, once again, the Cowboys offense just couldn't go anywhere. Dak was kind of mid. No, he's not kind of mid. He was just extremely mid. He threw a pick, I think, as well. The offense just could not get moving. I mean, once Cooper Rush came in, they did. But it was at the very end of the game anyways. They lost 21-27. Which doesn't seem bad, but the Cowboys just moved slow the entire game. The Falcons moved like a good team. They looked like a playoff team against Dallas, and they should not be. And yeah, this was just a weird game in my opinion. I don't know. The Falcons won. That was just... This game legitimately pissed me off, too, because they could not get moving at all. Which, with the offense as high ranked last year, now they're just doing this crap? No. Moving on, we have the Cowboys versus 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Honestly, this game, it was a snoozer in this first half. But the Cowboys somehow held their own against the 49ers. They were up 10-6 at halftime, I'm pretty sure. And then it just proceeded to get blown out in the third quarter. They came back, but just couldn't hold on. And the Niners pulled away with the lead again. They were up 27-10, I think. Cowboys came close. It was 24-30 at the end of the game. The Niners just pulled away at the last second. The Cowboys just choked the comeback. Honestly, the Cowboys looked pretty good here outside of the third quarter. The third quarter, they just sucked, so they did not do anything. But yeah, 30-24, Niners win. Yeah. Now we're going to go entertainment-wise with this one. This game, it was good by Dallas, but it was just, boring or something. Not boring, it's just, I expected this out of Dallas. I mean, the Panthers are a really bad team. They're not as bad as last year, for sure, but they're just still a bad team. If Dallas lost, this would have been awful. I mean, they won. They're most likely as trying to still get in the playoffs at this time, if I'm correct, but... Yeah, they're probably still trying to get in the playoffs if I'm correct, but they just didn't get it here. I mean, this game, it was just flawless on the offense, or actually on the defense. I think the offense had a little bit of issues. I actually don't remember. I don't remember what was wrong with this game. I don't know. I just wasn't finding it entertaining. I mean, yeah, it was cool to see my team win, but it's just against the Panthers. It's not impressive. Moving on, we have the Week 18 home game against the Commanders, and why is the quality of these images so bad? We have the home game, Commanders-Cowboys on, Week 18. The defense looked really strong here for the first, 3.5 quarters. And then once Washington started scoring, the Cowboys had to start scoring. And then it was, 12-3 at some point in the game. And then the Commanders, it was 9-3. The Commanders took the lead. Cowboys still had to do field goals. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. This was a really bizarre game, but... Cowboys looked kind of strong here, but they just sold the whole win at the end of it. To Marcus Mariota, they benched Jaden Daniels in the middle of this so they can rest him, but still, Marcus Mariota, Is he still good? I don't know. The Commanders got the win. It was a pretty respectable game too. I like it. Obviously the most Cowboys way to end the year. Oh my gosh, it was a funny loss. I mean, they looked good here as well, but defensively, the offense just really did not give them. Like I said, they had 4 field goals and 1 touchdown. Defense looked great here though. For the first 3 quarters, that was it. Next up, we have Ravens That's not it. It's the Bengals Cowboys. So you already know which one is next. I have those two swapped on the list, but I'll say Bengals here. I'll say Bengals Cowboys here as well. This game, it was honestly good. It was honestly a really good game in my opinion, but the thing is, Dallas just really just messed up at the end of it. They looked good. I mean, against the Bengals, their last stretch of the year, they looked dominant. The Cowboys, they honestly looked good here against the Bengals, but the end is where it just all screwed up for Dallas. The defense ended up selling a 50-yard touchdown to Jamar Chase. They got a blocked punt. Actually, it was after the blocked punt that was touched by a Cowboys defender and into the Bengals' hands. And then the 50-yard touchdown. That was just an embarrassing loss. Like, they had a good win, or they had a chance to tie the game in their hands. That just sold it in the most dumb way possible. And, yeah, the Bengals won there. Yeah. I mean, I expected more from that. Or not more. I mean, this was a good game. I expected this game to be like back and forth, but at the end, it was just, oh my God. I hate talking about it. Moving on, Thanksgiving, Giants, Cowboys. I mean, this was honestly, entertainment-wise, not that great of a game, but for the Cowboys, performance-wise, this was a great game by them. The defense came up strong. DeMarvion overshown. I hope he comes back next year. Like that dude is stepped up like crazy. I think he's a rookie too. Or that dude is great. He got a pick 6 here. And the Cowboys just fired on all cylinders. They didn't do great in the offense from what I remember. The red zone, I don't think they did much. I think they actually succeeded in the red zone once. Someone to correct me on that. I don't know, but the Cowboys looked good here. I mean, it's against the Giants, but still, they looked good here. I mean, I don't know. It's about the same thing I have with the Panthers game, except for this one, you had just a better atmosphere in it. I don't know. That's just what I think. And the Cowboys kind of looked better here, too. Just by a little bit. I don't know. Moving on to another game performance-wise was the Cowboys-Browns in Week 1. This game, I thought the Cowboys were real playoff contenders after winning this. No, the Browns just suck. I mean, performance-wise by Dallas, this was honestly a great game by both ends. The offense looked amazing. The defense looked amazing. I mean, not the best game entertainment-wise, but performance-wise for Dallas, they looked great. So, yeah. That's number 4 on my list. Number 3, Cowboys, Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, good game here. Honestly, that was a good game. I just overlooked it. I'm pretty sure I criticized it too much because it was boring. No, I don't think it was boring anymore. Like, I looked at the highlights. I forgot how good of a game it was, but the game just ended like at 12 a.m. It was, I don't know, it was weird. It just ended like it started on Sunday, ended on Monday. It was weird. I was really tired at the end of this, so I thought it was just boring. I was just waiting for it to finish. No, looking back at it, it was a good game. It was a good game. Not high scoring, obviously, but it was a good game in my opinion. And good performance by Dallas. The defense kind of let up a little bit, but hey, it was against the Steelers. This is when they had Justin Fields as well. I feel like the Steelers were going to win at one point, but no. The Cowboys held their own. I feel like this was a pretty good game to watch. Performance-wise, not that great, but it was still good. The game was good, too. So that's why it's number 3. Number 2, another good game. Buccaneers, Cowboys at home in Week 16. This is the best they looked all year. Buccaneers were an actual playoff contender, and the Cowboys beat them. Literally. Like, the Buccaneers, I think they were in the middle of a streak. They lost here. I think they were in the middle of a winning streak, and they lost here to Dallas. Like, this is honestly the best the Cowboys looked all year. Outside of the number 1 game, because I think that was more entertaining. Outside of that, this game honestly was the best Dallas looked. The defense was amazing here somehow. They still lost 24, but still they got a crunch time turnover. And yeah, they won 26-24. I mean, it was just a great game overall by Dallas. Offense looked pretty good at times. It was kind of but overall it was just great by Dallas. A great game overall on both sides. And an entertaining Sunday Night Football game. So, yeah. And then moving on to the final game of this ranking is the Cowboys-Commanders game on Week 11. This game, it was kind of a defensive slugfest to start off the night, to start off the day. It was 3-3 at the end of the second quarter. It was boring as crap, but then the fourth quarter, the entirety of the fourth quarter made up for it. Just the back and forth sequences were just amazing, and the Cowboys, they looked great, except for like the ending sequences on the defense, but they looked great as well, performance-wise and entertainment-wise. This goes number one for me. So yeah, if you disagreed, let me know, but I don't care. I'm not going to change anything at all. This is my opinion, not yours, so shut up. Also, let me know your opinion, and let me know which team I should do next. So goodbye.